Okay, Dr. Todd Lasseigne at Tulsa Botanic Garden. What better group of plants to talk about than redbuds? So we're here in front of a redbud called Oklahoma, which is a great selection that's been around for decades. It was discovered by an Oklahoma nurseryman in the wild in southwestern Oklahoma. But most of the redbuds that you see when you're driving around town are actually the wild type, which is just eastern redbud. So that's the species that goes from Oklahoma all the way east to the Atlantic seaboard. It's a little paler, kind of lavender pink color versus Oklahoma here, which has the darkest colored flowers of any redbud that we've yet discovered, and also has glossy leaves, which the eastern redbud does not. What a great group of plants though, for their spring flower, for their small size stature, really superior plant. If I had to have one plant I would grow in my yard, it would certainly be a redbud, and Oklahoma would be at the top of that list. Okay, continuing on with our series about flowering redbuds, this is a really unusual redbud that we got a hold of. It actually was found by a friend of mine in North Carolina, and it's called bubblegum. So John Allen is the nurseryman in North Carolina, and he had received a plant from the J.C. Ralston Arboretum in Raleigh, North Carolina that was just listed as a redbud. It turned out to be a hybrid, and it produces gobs of flowers that are, if you actually would take a flower and put it side by side with the native eastern redbud we have here, the flowers are about 125, 150% the size of the native redbuds. It's probably got two different Chinese species in its blood. Most redbuds are native to China. There's about 7 species in China and 3 more around the rest of the world. And it's just a lovely plant. I also like how it almost emerges with these kind of burnished gold looking foliage, which is a trait, but they quickly turn green, and the leaves are about twice as big as an average redbud. So it's called bubblegum. This is actually not its best year for flower. I think a lot of the flower buds were damaged when we had that early freeze back in November of last year. But what a delightful plant. The honeybees and the bumblebees are working it hard right now, and it's just a great redbud. So Cercis bubblegum is the cultivar, which is a great name.